Hold on. Yay! All right, we'll wait for some people to get here. Start talking about some stuff. Whew, this tablet does not hold a battery very well. Not at all. Actually, what I need to do, move you guys that way a little. And my famous nice little water bottle holder there. See if anybody goes live here with me. What we'll do, put that on home. Just turn the TV off for now. That's when I need another device to be able to sit and do stuff. Well, one person watching. So I didn't know I was going to be going live, but I kind of want to try to do something different when introducing a Saul project or whatever. Everything. So let me know in the comments that you're here. Who's here? It doesn't let me know anything. Whatnot, but I plan to tell you all what's going on and everything. I already posted up in my Saul group, Modified Sauls, on Facebook and my personal page. But as you can probably see in the background, there's a go-kart engine, and I'm going to call it 895. And what we're going to be doing here in the future. Sure hit that like button. Need to see some comments here. I'll be able to help y'all out. Just got done cleaning up the garage here. Finished up doing that. Absolute mess going on. So, keeping it real. What's up, Boots? Gaming buddy, everybody. Awesome guy right here. Awesome guy. Enjoy gaming with him every chance I get. Every chance. But yeah, there was no intent to go live today. It's just I'm sitting here in my chair watching TV, and I figured, let's introduce the next project, right? Oh my gosh. I'll tell you, one thing I promised myself, and I'm still doing, is keeping this garage clean. Like, before I start a project or when I get finished with working for the day, try to clean up. That has been the biggest thing to do in here. Because the last garage, I just left it a mess. I'd kind of clean up. I'd shove, stuff under the bench or whatnot. And it was pretty bad. So it definitely was getting disgusting in here at the old one. And the new one, like I say, I just want to sweep it, once a month, get the sweeper out here, but broom what I can up and everything, and then detail work every month to keep it clean. Got the filter changed on the AC unit. It was pretty bad actually. We're gonna throw it away. My hat, yeah. Run air filters on your AC units, your mini splits, people. That's since I installed it at the beginning of this year. So it was pretty disgusting. New one on there. That's what I'm keeping out of that. Those are not cheap. At least that's not a cheap one. What kind of monster are you making now? Need to change the name to Dr. Frankensaw? Nah. Mr. Mac Gray. That's who I am. I don't change. I don't make it a secret to who I am. My name, everything. So when people come up to me, they know my name. I'm not saying having an alter name, is a bad thing. It just that's my name. That's how people will know me and everything. I go to events and people just give me, "You're that chainsaw guy on YouTube. You're that Saw guy. Oh, you're my Saw guy." Yeah, okay, sure. I'll work with that. I'm the Saw guy. That's how it was at my Ileana event I went to last weekend. So, but Anyways, yeah, clean the garage. I'll show you real quick. We'll see if we get more people commenting in here. Like I said, I probably should announce I went live, but so cleaned up this corner here. Ignore the oil thing right there. I was gonna put something down there, but that fell through. So got the bars hung up. I didn't want to go too far over because I plan on putting a welder right here, like a shelf or something. So those bars may just be in a temporary spot for now. But you're thinking, oh, a welder with the fuel? Yeah, that's going to be moved probably over to here somewhere. Because I'm going to run saws. I need to get either another one of these tables for right here to work with, or I need to clear this one. But I am going to ask for ideas probably a few times in here on the best way to be able to cut these bars and be able to reattach them. I'm thinking a sleeve and bolt setup because I don't want to keep undoing them every time I have to transport this. My truck has a bed on it, obviously, and it has a cover, and these are just too tall for the cover, and I don't want to go shorter on these. So, but it's a plan there. Got the bars cleaned up, got it swept, cleaned, swept the floor. This is where I was sitting. This is where the wife was. She went inside, said, I'm going to go do something in the house. I'm going to do laundry. She got tired of watching, my mechanical stuff. Probably go over some of the saws that were donated to me. Like that 1010 right there. Original 1010. Crazy, indeed. Crazy chainsaw right there. It runs. I didn't get any video of it. I got to finish up a video here actually, but it's hotter than the blazes of hell out. There's the 185 bar and chain on it. Well, now I got to finish that video. It's still sitting on the micro SD in there. Some other donated saws this way. Probably somebody already saw it. There's my helmet from my motorcycle. Kids need a laugh too. Another donated saws up there. So we got a few. A couple more up there. Got one hiding around here somewhere that I had. What did I do with it? Disappeared. Man, that's a pretty unique quality. Oh, no, there it is. This is by the Indian. And there it is. 153. So we've got some stuff, some stock saws to work on. But my goal is going to be more focused on custom chainsaws. Like, I'm still going to bring stock ones back to life, but I really want to get more into the art of custom chainsaws and stuff like that, Why not, right? I mean, we can all get stock saws running, and I'm not saying anything against those that do that. I'm not going to do any porting on them. I use them for show. That's the goal here. Take them to shows and show them off. I know I've got a bunch of fire burnt ones up there that need to get redone, and they're not going anywhere right now. Not getting hurt from sitting. I do keep the cylinders lubricated and turn them every now and then, so try to. Those are expensive to get done. But, oh yeah, I'm gonna get myself in this. Is that good? Well, let's see. There's an update here on this to do that. But got a million belts over here because you order one and then the internet has a moment, Amazon has a moment, and somehow you get four. So you get 4 belts. Got the starter rope hung up, fuel line, I'm getting things organized, files, Nova chips. Don't fall over. Don't turn on the light because last time it was there. My 12-inch fan I got for $20. I'm a vintage. I like to collect vintage fans, cheap ones. But another question that arose: insulating the garage. Is it worth insulating the roof? Absolutely. The AC unit has not had to work near as hard to keep it cool in here. Right now it says 75 over here in this back corner. AC unit's over there. Fans blowing down. And the heat from up there, any heat that is up there would be coming down. I'm not feeling any. So it is like liquid hot outside at like 91. Humidity is it might as well be raining, but it's sun shining. It's so humid out, it ain't even funny. So that's why I'm not outside making a cut, finishing up that video. And I gotta mow grass too. I'm not looking forward to that. That's after the sun goes down a bit more. But where was I? Yes, it is staying. It says 75. I have it set to 74. It is not struggling at all to keep it cool in here. Walls are insulated, roof's insulated mostly. So, and it'd be around 79 to 81 in here if I didn't have that on turbo mode up there. So that tells you everything you need to know. It is working fantastically. It's 2-inch thick foam insulation. I still got to fill in the little gaps and stuff and whatnot, but hopefully in the winter time, being able to heat it in here to be pretty good to do that. Anyways, hoping more people, but then again, it's Sunday. Everybody's enjoying time with their family. We're going to get started, introduce what's going to be going on here. So, move this over here, So, what we've got here is our, we'll call it 895, built in the late 60s. We've got a McCulloch 101B kart engine. Rough, ugly, you name it. I bought it off of eBay. I love the roughness of it, everything. It doesn't look like it's ever been put into a saw. It's got a go-kart engine hook up to it, so never been a chainsaw. I do have another carburetor for it somewhere. Yeah, somewhere up there there's a carburetor for it. That's not going on here. Intake is going to be taken off because you have to do that to put it inside of here. It's a direct bolt. There is a part on the gas tank though. If anybody's familiar with them, there's a D port on the gas tanks for intake systems. These engines do not have D ports on them. They do not. They took that away, put boost ports on it. So the D port was whatever. So you have to JB weld that shut, or you use a 797 tank, and that's how you get away with also doing that because they also didn't have D ports. But take this, you put it in that, you have to block it up with JB weld, and other than that, it will bolt on. Actually, speaking of the D port, I had a gasket around here. Oh wait, there it is right there. So, I'll show the differences here. I actually have gaskets, and the 101 gaskets from oldsawshop.com. No, did not pay me to say that. Those are out of my own pocket. So your D port, you can see it right there. There's your D port. And then here is your non-D port. I'm pretty sure I've got them upside down, mismatched, but either way, there's your differences. Trying to get them orientated the same, but man, I am having a stroke on doing that. I am definitely having a stroke on that today. Flip-flop them every which way you want. Oh, this is correct. Almost there. Got it. No, you don't. Either way, that's what's missing on the kart engines. So you have to use that gasket instead on it. I wonder why that one's so much different than that one. Big old difference on openings. Maybe that's just me. So that's what you got to deal with there. You have to JB weld that shut. And I've used these gaskets before on 101 engines. Just you can cut the gasket if you want. Oh, I have so many D port intake gaskets. Did I really order this many? I really did. Huh. What was I going to be working on? I don't know. So we're going to be tossing this into this. That's the goal of the next introduction. What do I know about this? Seller says the engine's tight. I haven't gotten to turn over, at least on that pole. If I put a wrench on it, maybe. Could the engine possibly live? Maybe. Okay, I've saved them before and got them to half butt run, But either way, so you got this rough looking exterior of a chainsaw. Bring y'all in closer here. Get you lift it up here if I can remember how to work this tripod. We've got this rough exterior of a chainsaw. I know nothing about other than nothing. Did I put WD-40 down it? I can't remember. I think I did, and it has done nothing, but WD does not penetrate away. So we'll go over this really quick, show what we can. I want to say it was put up running because of how dirty this is. Is that mouse poop? No, that's not. Come on, have a good carb, have a good carb. I don't like that carb. That's a flat back. Maybe it was running when it was put up. Maybe it was good. Oh, I mean, it's clean in there. Sticky throttle, that's to be expected. It's been out a few times, I can see that. Oh, maybe that carb will be good. I just got to get a kit. I can send it. Governor has been 100% bypassed. Cut the governor. So this baby is able to... Wah! There's a number 46 up here. I'm wondering if this was used in a logging industrial setting. I'm curious about that. So I'll show that 46 right there. So... number 46. So you got this rough looking bodied saw that we're going to clean the dirt off of. And you got this rough looking bodied cart engine. So I figured it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. The combination of them is going to match dead on. Now, what do I know about this engine? Nothing other than it's 40 over from what the eBay listing said. And I've stolen the starter cup off of it for the supercharged saw to start. So I have to get another starter cup, more or less. Unless I plan on starting with this, which, I mean, might be able to handle the high compression. I've seen them with it, handle it. I mean, but they had push button release on these. But these are honestly not that bad turnover if the timing's right. So we've got this. The tank top has been off of this before. I can see all the witness marks. This has been off 100, indicating to me that this carburetor is a total turd. But if this has been off, I mean, the marks on it are it's just bad. Are we still good? Well, it's not having it. Okay. It was just trying to play catch up. Sorry there. I don't know, my tablet's not liking life right now. Yeah, tablet's not enjoying life. So is the internet good? Everything doing good, Boots? Yeah, because it's showing that it's still going, but it's... Okay, there we are. We're caught up. I don't know. Internet being dumb. So, I've got to get a replacement carb. Might have some of those. Looks like it's been sitting forever. Oiler is... Okay, so that's going to be a trip and a half. Yeah, it's locked up at the front. The oiler itself is locked up. I can see the rod. Move over there. The rod itself over here that comes through. I'm making sure it's updating and showing everything. So yeah, so there's a rod right here that comes through. I'm trying to push it. It's flexing, but the oiler up here isn't. So you got to take a screw out up here, which I have a video on this. You got to take the screw out of here, and it looks like it's been done before. And you got to free that assembly up. No biggie. No biggie there. Auto oiler also. This is a 2-to-1 gear ratio. 2.0 right there. So every 2 turns of the engine, you get 1 of the output. There was a 3 and then available for these as an option. And then there was a 3.6, which is the 185 up there. And also the 1-81 HD, which was 87cc, was also a 3.6 to 1. So there's like, yeah. But we're going to go a little higher gearing on this one. But every screw on here looks like it's been touched on at some point. I'm trying to find one that isn't, but looks like the gearbox might have been apart at one point. The starter's definitely been apart. So I think it's going to be a good candidate. As far as this goes, I have no idea if it even has spark, if it has anything with it. I robbed the spark plug out of it. I'm looking inside the cylinder, and it's got a really good wash on it. Like, in the two-stroke world. My internet really doing that bad, or is just the tablet not keeping up? Piston looks good. Yeah, 40 over. It's got a 40.040 on top. So it's a 40 over. They were right. Piston looks immaculate. I mean, it's got that normal burn wash on it from the 4 and the 0 because it was stamped in it. But the rest of the piston, I mean, it's fantastic. So definitely had to have been apart. I'm curious if it has spark since it turns. If we can turn this over, need to tighten that down just to loosen that. We'll get the drill out here. But if that's going to have spark, that will run. And I'm not even going to have to deal with trying to get into it, pulling flywheels. I don't even have a puller yet. Bets, does it have spark? Let me know. It's actually, when it comes to being live, it's pretty close and what size is that? It's 13/16, I think it is, maybe. Or 3/4 on the socket. One of them. Actually, no. I think it's 11/16. A very tight 11/16 because that nut is not having it. Well, we can test the spark if I get a spark plug. I think that's going to hold enough to do that. Let's rob one out of this saw up here. Because the spark plug I stole out of it is in the Indian right now. This one didn't need it. Two-stroke is two-stroke, right? Right. Let's see here. It's touching metal. From my experience, that'll do. I don't know. Need a little bit better. It should be 11/16 there. And it's been mulled over a few times. Don't tell me what the metric equivalency is. Yeah, because that's going to not wobble. Now what's our next size up? Way too big. So that definitely needs cleaned. That nut definitely needs cleaned up. Trying to go for metric now. That'll work. All right, ready? Hey, we've got spark. Well, until the nut said no. We have spark indeed. We have spark on us. What's up, Senior John? Or John? Yeah, John. Hey, I'm number 2. Number 2 works. Everybody's number 1 in this channel. All right. We're just testing spark on this. And it does have spark from what I could see before the nut stopped. I couldn't tell if it was intermittent, but it was blue. Probably be hard to see on camera, to be honest. I'd have to turn off the lights. But I figured I'm doing saw introductions. Oh, not much. We're introducing the next project. I figured if I want to introduce projects, I'm going to go live with it and tell you. We're going to cram this MC 101B into an 895 chainsaw. We're testing the spark right now. I've got to go the other way, ding dong. There we go. Oh yeah, we've got good spark. We're gonna live with that. Oh, it's trying to suck past that is what it's trying to do. Put more WD-40 down just to be safe. Hey? Hey. But yeah, we've got good spark on this. You know what that means. Yep, good spark. So we do not have to worry about getting into the ignition system on this. Do not have to worry about that at this time. I mean, I just did get done dealing with the Super Pro up there, having ignition. When you had the spark plug out, you had ignition. You put the spark plug in, and it wouldn't fire over at all. Put a Nova chip on it, and it had a really bright spark. Would not fire over at all. And then and it was running, and then it just died out. And you try to fire it up, and it'd start with a bunch of fuel down it, and then it would die. And of course, it kind of killed that the coil went out on it at bucket stock. So I was really wanting to run that one there. Couldn't, bummed, it's whatever. So slapped the coil off with my 172 on it, got it running, and took it to my event last weekend, which I got a little bit of video of, but I just kind of sat back and chilled. So, has ignition, that's the good news. Woo, 4 people watching. Probably should have kept those out. Now we got more people. Is that a kart engine? Yes, this is probably considered the best of the McCulloch kart engines, the 101B, the sought after ones. There's a new old stock one on eBay right now, and the seller says it rotates good one direction, but you rotate it the other and then it stops. Well, that's because it has a pull starter on it and it's catching on to the starter dogs. So I wanted to message them that. I'm like, you know what, whatever. No, I've got this ratty looking 101B that is 40 over, confirmed because it has the piston in it, and also the seller said it, but piston in it is 40 over, has good spark. I'm assuming it has amazing compression on it. Oh yeah, she's got good compression. She'll easily fire. So what it's telling me is I've got a ready-go, ugly-looking engine to put in this ugly-looking 895, whose engine seller says it's tight. I'm not even going to try to budge it apart. I might try to get it running one day. Maybe one day I'll figure it out. Because that's 103cc. Let's put a 123cc kart engine into a gear drive. I mean, I've already got a 101B up in a Super Pro 125. Why not have it in a gear drive? Have a ratty looking saw with its ratty looking engine, right? It's perfect. I'm going on more of the lines of going to be building custom saws for you all to be watching and everything, to build and everything. But I've also got a ton of them that were donated to me by people at the show. And there's one guy, he's got to call me still, and he's got like 4 of them not far from me. And I didn't get his number, but I gave him mine. So we're waiting for him to call and everything. I don't know if it's today or what, but I said I'm available on the weekends. So right now we've got a lot of festivals and events going on, and he looks like a guy that likes to go to all of them. So, but what do you guys think of putting this into here? I want your guys' thoughts, because when we start the video, the teardown of this thing, it's gonna be quick. I'm gonna time lapse it, hyperlapse it, whatever for you guys. Just tearing handle off, gas tank, everything off, the gearbox off. I gotta get a puller to take the clutch off. Gearbox is held on by 4 bolts and then some supportive ones on the front. And then I've got gaskets and everything for the gas tank, so I've got 0 worries there. I mean, it should be a pretty straightforward engine swap, minus having the JB weld the D port shut. So and then having this cool, ugly looking cover on the back of this thing, this blue shroud right here inside this frame here and everything. That's just going to be one of those. You know what? If you're going to own it, overkill it. At least something like this. I mean, we're going to clean it up. I'm going to wipe it down and everything, and anything else that it may need, I'll try to get it. But as far as the engine goes, I don't know what I'll use the old engine for. Parts, something that may need it. Oh, I put that on upside down. Or no, they did. That's right, this didn't have a bar and chain with this. It's just ugly and as is, so yeah. I don't like these mufflers are suck to get off really, really bad. Because you try to get an Allen down inside there, and most of the time they're rusted up and everything. So I don't know what I'm going to do for a muffler when it comes to this right here. I might go with the box style muffler. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, you can do a box style. I see it over there. I can put a nice little box style muffler on it, our GEM box style. And I wonder if I got that one back from Bobby. That's all I got. I think I got the starter. I don't know about the muffler. If not, that's fine. I mean, I do have a starter right here if I want to left-hand pull it, put a left-hand starter on it and put a cover on it, but I think this will turn it over just fine. Yeah, this is the starter. Don't know if I got the muffler back or not, but I can always get another muffler. Be an ugly looking muffler though. Ugly. What time we got? Man, 5:30 already. Almost 5:30. Yeah, family was asking what we had for dinner tonight. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out. I keep forgetting to put you all back because my head's cut off in this. But like I say, let me know. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Any ideas that you have. I'm open. I'm here. And stuff like that. I know videos have been few and far between, but like I say, spend time with family. Hotter than a blaze is out. No tree in the backyard anymore, so now the backyard's growing super fast, and now I have to mow it more often. I don't have a shade tree to cut under, but being humid as heck out, that doesn't help at all. It does not help. I think this would be a good project right here. I may try to find a Tilly carb for it, seeing how that top was off of there so much. They were having to get this carb in and out so much. It's telling me I gotta find an HL series carb for it. Try to find a good HL series. I did adapt a bigger SDC carb or whatever. I can't remember the model of it, but the bigger ones, bigger Walbros. Oh yes, the 37s, Walbro 37. And I did make an adapter for those a while back and used it on a saw that eventually turned into a racing saw because I thought I was having air leak problems between the tank and stuff. No, it was back in the day they had a removable D port on the behind the coil. The bolts, one of the bolts stripped out of the block and everything, and it was causing an air leak in there. So I thought that was the problem. So I tore it all down, frustrated, and I realized that was the problem. So I JB welded it shut, and after making it a race saw, and man, does it run fantastic. You plan on racing it? Time cuts? No. I do this for the fun. I do this just for fun. I mean, if you put a gear drive versus the direct drive of the same engine, you're gonna have the same speed. Well, not the same speed. The direct drive is more or less gonna kick its butt in really quick. I need to get the race saw going and put an 8-pin on it. It's got a 10-pin on it now, and though that's for short, smaller wood, I want to put an 8-pin and go bigger, and I need to clean it up. Like I say, it needs to cool off out. It is just, the humidity is beyond stupid. I'm glad that, in my old garage, for a while, I toughed it out there without any air conditioning and just a fan. It'd get up in the 80s, and the humidity in there got so beyond it. And I'm glad that this new garage, even the old one, I put an AC unit and made it bearable. And this one definitely makes it much, much better on doing things. But I've got another 101B sitting up there that I need to get going. Of course, it was my first race saw, and it's an absolute shambles. I need to get another tank for it because that one was melted in the fire. It got obliterated, carb, everything. That's gonna be. It just needs cleaned up. It was rebuilt. It probably has no more than an hour of running because I ran it here, there, and stuff like that. No more than an hour on it. Just and like I said, it was a beautiful saw. I loved it. That was my first one. So dang, I really do. I have 3 101Bs. I just realized that. But then that's got a cart engine in it. That was my Super Pro. No, that one does. That one has a cart engine 101A AA in it. Ugh. I hate fires. I hate fires so much. It ain't even funny. But yeah, hopefully for next year's show, I'll have more saws for people. Get some of these going. I got another BP one up there. I got to get running for you guys and everything. That one I'm kind of excited. The other one up here, it runs now. It was, and then I don't know. The carb, unless something got clogged up. I tried to start it at the event, nothing. I didn't even have the prime bottle filled. I need to figure it out, but yeah, it runs, and that's all that matters to me. But the other one up there, it's been sitting in it. It sat in a shed or whatever for over 40 years, and it didn't have compression, but I got the compression back, so the rings were just stuck. But that took some elbow grease and some time, and I'm really stoked about that. And I've got plans for it to really make it pop out in the crowd and everything. I've got to buy a welder first before I go off on that ambitious idea. I think you guys are going to like it. I know you will. I know you guys will like that. Well, it won't be a racing saw, but it sure will look the part. And everything. That's my goal. Just have fun. Just have fun with your hobbies. Stay safe, but have fun. That's the goal and everything. Yeah. So, any other questions? I mean, answer them. I said I probably should have said I was going live, but I didn't. At the same time, spur of the moment. It sees who's watching, who can get to me, everything. I see we have 4 people watching right now, and everything. 6 people. 6 people watching. Uh-oh. Do I get off now or do I keep going? I better keep going. What's my battery percent on my phone over here? What is my percentage? Because it is the one not hooked to life support right now. 63. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. 6 people watching. Seeing if they're going to come in and comment, say hi, say something. 4 people. All right, we're back to 4. It's all right. This chair, this backrest, I swear, you could tighten down these bolts and they just work themselves loose. And I'm on the lowest setting, mind you. This thing go clear up to here. And this is almost needs an inch or 2 cut off the feet just to bring her down more. So when I sit on it, I can have a little bit of a hydraulic cushion. 6, we're back to 6. See if they say anything. You guys gonna say anything? Let me know. We got 3 likes. Let's see them comments. What do we got? What do we got? I do realize I don't really have that many running saws. I have like 1 good running saw out of all of these. And it's like, what am I to do? I got a D36 that was given to me up there, and I have a D30 outside that I don't think there's any saving it either. But I got to get a carb kit from Bryan for that. But that one up there, the ones I got, they'd been sitting 30, 40 years in a shed. The guy who donated them to me, he wanted me to buy them a couple years before, and I wanted to, but man, I just never got around to it. And finally, he called me this year and said, "Hey, you going to be at the show this year? I'm going to give these to you," because he's getting rid of what was that? He was downsizing. He's getting older, so he's throwing away stuff in sheds and stuff, deconstructing sheds to declutter. And he says, I'm just going to give them to you. You know, they understand I had the garage fire and stuff. And it's like I say, super thank you to everybody who's donated and supported to this point. It's nice to have more yellow hanging up in here and everything and get that back to going. But that 36, I'm quite curious. Like, I really want to pull the plug. Does it have spark? You know, this is a long term. This is more of a little bit of a few weekends project. Getting them running like that, like getting the barn dust off of them, be able to run it, man. And those 36s, if you've never heard one of those run, those are just slow hot rods with their mufflers. So they had the side shooting mufflers or whatever that shot just wasn't fast, but they just sounded amazing when idling. I just love that series of engines. They are just not fast. I think you're looking at around 6,000 RPM, maybe out of a 2-stroke. But I think there's one outside with a 32-inch bar on it and chain, and I need to find that. But it's just, I wanted to cut with it one day and it wouldn't start, and it has a ball valve as the needle valve in it, and it got stuck in the carb, and I was so mad. And I was out cutting because I couldn't take it apart there, but I got it home and undid it, and it fired right up. It was like, whatever. So, but it's rough. I did, like I said, check under. It's a 36, and I was like, yes, because typically the 36s have full wrap bars on them. D30s are half wrap. That's the typical with them. And I think that one got the recall oil and plug. I'll get it down for you guys. I'm talking too much about it. I'm getting myself excited on it. And plus it has the round muffler that is typical of the 36s. Yeah, I gotta move some stuff here. And mind you, I'm in Indiana, so we didn't really have massive muscle saws here, There was no real huge need for them. You guys ready for this? Well, I'm gonna set it here. We're gonna take this big feller. No, we're not gonna 101B swap this. Could you imagine that? A 101, a D36 101? Good Lord. Now I do have a 90 series up there that has a D30 body on it. But I mean you would think that went through a fire. No, that right there is just dirty. That is 40 years in a shed. 40, 50 years in a shed. And this one I'm excited for. I mean, good compression. I'd be surprised if it had spark. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it for you guys. Who wants to see if we got spark? If it doesn't, I'm gonna have to. I've got Nova chips I can just slap on them, but we'll see. Let's see here. Where's my? What am I thinking of, guys? I need a socket. I need my wrenches. That's a chunky boy right there. That's a chunk one. If this has spark on it, I am going to be tickled pink. Because this will be my first one that I probably bring back to life. It was burning really, really good. Oh. Except that porcelain in the center's got a chip missing out of it. It's an AC plug, like AC Delco back in the day. That is an old school plug. But we're here to check that it has that one crucial thing. Oh my gosh. Get in here. Get over here. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. There is no way. Right there. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. It's intermittent. Oh, there it goes. It's coming back around. Blue spark. Hey, guys. We want to hear this thing run. We want to hear this run. We got to fire up a salt. We got to hear this one run. Let me get the screwdrivers out. Let's get this top off. This thing hasn't probably run since the 70s, and it has ignition. Blows my mind away. Blue ignition too. This is going to have the old style flat back in it. Oh my goodness, it does. And it's so clean. It's so clean. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's so clean in there. Ah, it's nice. This was very well taken care of. My gosh, it's HL87D. Wait, HL? Wait a second. HL? This is a Tilly carb. That's a Tilly in here. How did I not recognize that? No. Somebody Tilly swapped it. Oh, they made it so much easier. Oh, are you kidding me? That comes on the 140 series. Holy shoot. Dude, I got kids for that. We can get this running sooner than later. Are you shooting me? My gosh. Somebody. I didn't even click in. I thought that was the old round style. I'm looking at it in denial, and it's right there. It says Tilson. Well, hex bells. Let's I could get some premix here. We can listen to this thing. Who wants to hear it fire up? Let me know. Give me a hell yeah in the comments. Somebody. We've got ignition. We've got a very, very good carb on here. That's going to be good. That's going to be good. I got to fill up the prime bottle. Do not use ether. Do not use starting fluid, everybody. Please do not do that. It's going to make for a really fun one right here. A Tilly swap. So this thing... So what I'm seeing is somebody Tilly swapped this. They were really... They knew already that how much of a piece of crud those flatbacks were. I just can't believe it. So somebody might have been using this, gosh, maybe up into the 80s, maybe. Hold on, 80s. Yeah, 40 years. Whatever. I was ready to see this thing run for the first time, theoretically. Oh yeah, hearing protection. Yup. We gotta get all non-essential personnel off of the table. We'll put you guys up here so you just don't vibrate off immediately. You can help hold the table down. All of you are just gonna shake it off anyways. All right, we ready? Hearing protection on. I'm probably gonna yell by mistake because hearing protection syndrome. Try to keep my voice down. Got like that early auto oiler setup, but it had the recoil then. Gas on the other side. Oh. Ah! Ha! The only thing that went flying was the tablet. It did not like that. That is a wonderful, wonderful sounding Mac right there. How could you not like that? This is a tough one to feed fuel to. a tough one because of that the choke on it right here. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the butt to feed fuel to. Well, answer that question. Will it run? That's a lot of fuel. Okay, it's bone dry in there. We'll not see oil at the bottom. Okay, I'm like, oh, if you could smell it in here. Smell of vintage. Oh, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. I needed that. Well, there it is. Will it run? This tablet does not like this at all. My stand-up assembly or something broke apart. That's all right. I'll find the piece. Just gotta go back to my video and find out where. Oh, there it is. It flew over there. Well, will that run? Yes. Carb kit. Fire it. Clean it off. Fire it up. Put a bar and chain on it. That's gonna be a nice hot rod. Did you hear how that hot rod was on it? Dun, 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 dun. Man, just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. That surprises me. Why? Because, well, sitting that long, generally no. Generally no, you're not going to get them to start up and do that like that. That was fantastic. Like a different screwdriver than I started with. Get the top back on this. So, will it run? Yeah, that's going to make for a quick video. I say that now. I jinx myself when I say that. But that'll make for a good video. The oiler. So these had auto oilers from the factory. We were supposed to mix it 10-to-1. And it to scavenge oil, and it's an absolute disastrous idea. So they had to come up with this manual oiler. And and it's working. We've got oil. Don't invade me. Jeez, just because there's a little bit of oil here. No, the U.S. is going to invade me for having a little bit of oil. All right, well, the oiler works. Try to keep this tabletop clean. Need to fix my tablet now. Can I fix the tablet holder? Yeah. Yeah, I should be able to. That's the only thing I didn't like to, I didn't like the startup. Boo on you. This is how I see my comments. How do you put this together? It's takes a magician to do this. There we go. Well, if you could only smell it in here, vintage. The smell of vintage. 7 people, let me know. You're all here. Got any questions? Let's hear it. Been almost an hour. We just fired up the D30. I think we're going to be doing a stock saw video on that sooner than later. Stock saw revival. That is wonderful. Ugh. Got gas on my hand. Gas just doesn't smell like what it used to. I know it's that they say ethanol in it, but even then, I don't know. Seemed like after COVID, after I caught it and everything, nothing smelled the same. Gasoline just wasn't appealing anymore. And this is simple green inside of this. So it works a charm. Let's see here. Trying to see how I sit right now. My head still cut off? Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. Yep, head's cut off. There we go. Oh yeah. There we go. Wouldn't be a video if you didn't start a song, right? Right. Probably should wrap it up here. But I'll probably do another introduction on this one, starting it and everything. But I figured I'd tell you all. I kind of want to go live, tell you all about what's going on, what projects are happening and stuff like that. It's Sunday. It's a slow day, relaxing day. Enjoy it with you all and stuff like that. And I don't know, what would you do different? I did put up on my Instagram in Modified Saws about I think even YouTube I did it. What would you engine swap an 895 with? And I had a lot of people that said a 90 series engine to keep it like the 100cc it is. But it's like, or we can go 101 swap it and have more power. So that's the goal. That's the goal for this. Because I've seen one, Richard, out in Oregon, I think it is. He has a video on his YouTube about showing one of these and proving how it has its 101B and everything, but it running, and it had the right side start on it and everything, and it turned it over. Granted, it had the push button, but still, it was 101B swapped, and I'm like, I think that's the only video I ever saw of any. What's up, Paxton? You're a bit late. What are you doing late? And sorry I've missed your calls. I've been either getting ready for work and haven't been near, or I've just been busy doing stuff, like hanging with the family and stuff like that. So, sorry about that. Thirsty. But, yeah, we were just discussing going over the, putting the 101B engine inside of a gear drive. Because this engine, she tight. Yeah, I should have said something about going live, but it was a spur of the moment. I'm just laying here, I'm looking at this, and I've been wanting to introduce this idea for a little bit. I'm like, you know what, it's Sunday, I've got an hour to kill or so. I've got some time to kill and everything. I've met Paxton in person at Buck and Stock. Awesome kid here, everybody. Loves his Macs. He loves them. I don't blame him. So, but yeah, I've got that this cart engine. I've got other ones in the house that are just, they've been restored, never run, and I've got ideas to put them into things too, but little at a time here, not wanting to run myself into the ground. I got to finish up the 185 video, like I said, and everything up here, so I get that finished for you. If it wasn't hotter than hell out, then yeah, I'd already made a cut on it. I would have edited it for you. And there's Fred. What's up, Fred? What are you doing with the 77? Where is that saw at? Oh, I think I see it through the window. I also see my other D30 through the window. I see all of them in a pile out there through the window. I don't know. The 77, I've had it running once, but it's so wore out. It's a good display piece. That's about as far as you can go with it. Garage looking good. Yeah. Yeah, I did at the beginning of the video. I probably should have waited till like 5 o'clock, maybe 6 to start going live, but I didn't know an ideal time. Maybe announced it. I did get it cleaned up. Here, I'll show you, Fred, and everything. I'll reshow and tell. Got it cleaned up over here. The bar's up, hung up. I know I got to put a welder over here at some point. Could fix it. Good luck. Good luck finding parts for that 77. It is a lot of pitting on a lot of the major components on it, and it causes it to not seal, and the wear plate is wore down on it pretty bad. It's like I said, it's a good display saw. My 73 that's up there, that one I keep, and it's got a really low serial, and I have the history behind it. But I got to get a welder still, put up some metal siding stuff like over there. There's my helmet, by the way. Kids need to laugh at stoplights too. So I got to put metal up. I got to figure out, got to get metal put up and figured out. I need to figure out still what to do with the handlebars to cut them and everything to for easier transportation, but bolt the top parts back on. So I have an idea for that, I think. You could use 73 parts on these, yes. You can't use the gas tanks, though, or else it wouldn't make it a 77 anymore. I think there was a little bit of differences between a few things on them, but the 73s were considered to have a better power than the 77s. A lot of guys like the 73s better. But got that cleaned up, insulated the whole entire roof up here, and I have it set to 74 in here. And in my little corner over here, all the way over here, it's staying at 75. So I'm going to say it's 74 in here. Sit down. But yeah, so been cleaning up, organizing, and I was talking about going over putting, like I said, this 101B into the gear drive here, simply because I have a direct drive saw, runs fantastic now, and this is a ratty looking 101B that's 40 over, and I could put in this ratty looking 895, which you don't see many of these. Everybody talks about the Super Pro 125 101Bs, but you never hear 895. So there you go. Let's make it happen. I've seen one video of one. I'm not saying more don't exist, but I've only ever seen the one. Glad I caught live. Oh wait, what is I say? Live. Yeah, glad. Yeah. I should have said something about it, but I don't know how to really announce it when I'm just spur of the moment, you know. But yeah, you think you could swap a HL on a 77? No. I mean, okay, technically you can put it on anything. You can make an adapter and put it on any saw you want. The problem is, the thing is with those early gear drives, they use a rotary valve intake setup. So that's where your main leaks are. There's a lot of surfaces it's a magnesium body, and there's a lot of pitting that occurs on them, and there's a wear plate that the rotary valve on the inside rotates on the crankshaft on it, and it's like an aluminum on a brass or something surface, and it just wears it down, and that wear plates, they just wear down to where it causes hard startings and difficult running with them. So it wasn't the carburetors that are an issue. The 77s have an internal fuel pump in the gas tank, and you can't find them. You're not going to find them anywhere. I retrofitted a metal one, Walbro one or whatever, snowmobile on it, but the problem is the carburetor is also so wore out on it that it just blows past the needle and floods the saw. So I tried putting a needle set up on it and inline, and it became so difficult to run and everything. And that's, what was it? Was it that 70? That 77 I also had to use, it was, I think, locked up, if I remember right. I had to use a 73 piston and cylinder on mine, which they're the same, but It is what it is. It was, like I said, a good display saw and everything. It has like a big old 44-inch bar with a 5/8 chain on it. It just, like I said, fires suck. I hate it. But yeah, you just hate it. That's all you can do. Oh man, look at that spider on that wall. Holy shit. No, you're in my building now, buddy. No, we're getting a carb spray. Holy crap. Where's that? Where's that? WD here. My God, look at the size of this thing. Just crawling up my wall right here. Look at that. I missed. I hit to the left and to the right. Well, it'll come out somewhere. Holy crap. Now, if you're outside my walls, you're fine. You're safe as a spider. You're perfectly fine. You're in my walls, you crossed your line. That's a big old wolf spider. What are you doing in here? There's no bugs in here. Shouldn't be. Should have squished it. You're lucky there was a chainsaw between the two of us. I just want to see what I can do with one. All right, so if you want to know the similarities between them, all of them, they all share the same. They don't share the same crankshaft, but they share the same stroke. Its bore sizes that changed. 430A and up use the same crankshaft. So the 430A, the model 73, 77. My 73 has a 430A crank in it. Because the one it was so pitted on, it wasn't even funny. It was bad. I managed to source another crankshaft off of a guy who I haven't heard from in ages. I have no idea at this point. But got a crankshaft off of him, put it in there. I said, I got it just kind of start running, and then it just... But if you want to really learn about them, they're all, when it comes to construction, similar. From the 325, the 47, 430, 438. They're all similar constructions when it comes to everything. The rotary valve intake carburetors. The 325 carburetors are the different ones. And then after that, they went to the more common styled one, I guess. Any saws other than McCulloch that you would be interested in? A twin solo. Everybody wants a twin solo. Guy on Facebook just got done getting a twin solo running, and it sounds phenomenal. It's good enough. It runs and everything. It's absolutely fantastic, but I don't know, because McCullough's is what I work on. I could swap cart engines into them all day, make custom saws out of them all day. Home lights are kind of a harder one to... I know they made cart engines back in the day, but I mean, yeah, they made good racing saws back in the day if you ported the stock blocks and stuff, but I'm more of just the McCullough I can go after and do stuff and whatnot too. I've thought about doing other projects and stuff like that, but my long-term project right now is the supercharged chainsaw. Oh, see you, Boots. You're not going to be on tonight, I don't think, so it might be crazy me and Doc being on. I don't have a twin, but I have solos. Are you going to keep the 77? For now, it's just sitting out there to be. It's quiet. It's not going to go anywhere. We'll see what life takes it, what it does. It's just one day at a time. Instead of really spending more time with the family and everything. That's why I haven't gotten videos out, but I decided to go live with you all and everything. And put that in. Close your doors. But do that. Hang with the family more and stuff like that. Spend time at home with them, and wife's inside right now, and I was out here watching TV. We were hanging out, but I used to have a home light. I used to have a bunch of home lights and traded off to another guy and everything. He traded me a few saws. I gave him all my home lights because he was more of a home light collector. I came to a point where I asked myself, am I going to do this, or am I going to do this with chainsaws? Which one am I going to go for? Which one's going to happen? Am I going to collect home lights or Max? and I just stuck with Max because I could put cart engines in them and all day long. That was my big motivation. Put a cart engine in something. It's what it is. Collecting vintage fans, cheap ones. I'm not gonna spend thousands on a brass bladed fan. I'm one of those. I went to a garage sale and found one, and my last show I went to, I found this old Dominion and cleaned her up and oiled it, and runs a beautiful charm. Still smells vintage in here. It's going to for a little while. But I've been getting rid of stuff, got way too much. That's how I had a bunch of saws that were donated to me. If you didn't see me fire up the D36, you'll have to go back in the live feed. But a D36 has been sitting probably since the 80s, and it has an HL series carb on it, which surprised me. And it had spark, runs with fuel downer. I am ecstatic on that. I've got that. That was exciting. I got a 1010 that was donated. A 250 with a black starter on it, but it doesn't say Super 250. It's a 250. So I've got the 250. I've got another 1010 that was donated, and a 153 down here that supposedly was running like 5 years ago, but I might save that one for last. But I've got a bunch of saws over here to get running. It's just finding the time motivation. I need to get another table. I need to buy another one of those tables and put it up over here so I can, put projects to the side or whatnot. Not like stack them up, but it'd be right there so I'm not taking up all this work as I'm disassembling, put stuff right here, and then, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Just the parts as I assemble, reach over, grab, reach over, grab. That's kind of what I'm going for. How many 173 do you have currently? So I have the 73 up there. That one ran good-ish, but it was pretty wore out. It belonged to a family that came here, immigrated here back in the day. I have the story somewhere on it still. And then I have another 73 that I got from Montana. It has a 430 gas tank on it that I had to it had one, and something was broke, so I had to adapt and put another one on it or whatever. And it has baling wire on it. I kept the baling wire, but it was ugly. I mean, but ugly. And that thing ran phenomenally. Loved it. It ran beautifully. I mean, you just pull it, it fire right up. The primer worked. I loved every second of that saw, and it just. Yeah, it was up in the top of the fire. I think I saved it. I think it survived, but it was my other 73. I was into the early gear drives, and after a while, it was like finding parts for these is very, very, very difficult. I thought about doing some custom projects with some of them and everything just for looks and whatnot, but it was debatable. I've got a D36 before the recall. Yeah, I think you told me that. I like the recall one. I like having the oiler. I'd like to be able to use it more often. That's my goal, like to use that old one up there that was given to me more often. That'd be a really nice one. And you can swap the bodies onto them on the cart engines in no time and have yourself a racing saw, I guess you can call it. I've got one sitting up there. I don't even know if it'd run. It's got an ugly pipe on it. Hey, can I borrow your pipe for this saw, for this project? All right, I'll do that. I mean, that one will probably run with fuel down it, fuel put into it, but it had a beautiful blue paint job on it, and it's all charred up black remains now, so I don't know. I don't know anymore. But it's after 6. I gotta get started on dinner, everybody. So, any questions, comments, you can still put them in comments afterwards. Let me know. Modified Saws on Facebook. There's also McCullough Chainsaws North America. I'm a moderator up, but my group is Modified Saws and everything. Questions, comments. I did post a picture up of this, so you're obviously free to try to join the group and whatnot and comment on it. Any ideas on it and stuff like that. Gas tank look like on this. Ooh, it hasn't been open in a long time. Ooh, that smells like magnesium rot starting on. All right. Oop, there goes the O-ring. What's left of it? I mean, this tells you how long it's been sitting. That's what's left of the O-ring for the tank. So. All right. I need to get out of here. Go make dinner. Well, thank you all. Like, comment, subscribe. You know where I'm at. You know where to find me. Like I said, sorry I've been lacklustering on some videos, but like I say, spending some time relaxing. But I think I'm gonna start kicking butt here soon. I'm gonna order another table to put here. I may move the drill press over more. I'm trying to figure out an ideal overall setup here. Just another one. That'd be good. Toss apart, toss apart, toss apart, grab apart, put it back together. I think that'd be a good idea right here. All right, we're getting out of here. Stay safe, everybody. Stay cool. If you're in a hot zone, it's supposed to be cooling off here real soon outside too. I gotta mow yard also, so probably should mow yard first, then I'll do dinner. So all right, till then, thanks for watching, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. You know where, like I say, you know where to find me. How do you stop this? I found it.